Good morning, student. In previous class, we already completed the third chapter, polynomial, and only three chapters are there in your semester. Now, today only we have to revise the third chapter. The third chapter is important chapter. It has maximum marks in exam. So today we have to only revise the third chapter, polynomial. Now when we going to revise the polynomial, what to revise? First point you have to revise introduction of polynomials. Means what is polynomials? Polynomial is a algebraic expression, okay, in which the power of the variable is a positive integer. The power of the variable is positive integer, then that expression is called, algebraic expression is called as polynomial. Otherwise it is not a polynomial, it is only algebraic expression, right? Now second, you have to revise that the degree of the polynomial. If the polynomial is given, it is in one variable or it is in more than one variable also, then you have to find out the degree of that polynomial. Means what is the degree? The highest power of the variable in the polynomial is called as degree of the polynomial. For example, if x cube plus 2x square plus x plus 5, it is a polynomial, then highest power is 3, so degree of this polynomial is called as 3. Okay, degree is 3. In this way you can find out the degree of the polynomial. If the polynomial is more than one variable, then also you have to add the powers of the variable and count the highest power, then that power is called as degree of that polynomial. Okay, this is third. Now the polynomials are different types are there, and it is according to the terms and it is also according to the power. Now according to the terms, the polynomials are factorized as, or the polynomials are having the types, that is monomial, binomial and trinomial. Now what is monomial? Mono means one, okay, means a polynomial having only one term, then it is called as monomial. It may be having the variable or it may be a constant number also. Sometimes it is only the constant number, that is also called as polynomial because the degree is 0 there. And the second type, that is called as binomial. Now what is binomial? The polynomial having two terms is called as binomial. For example, 2x plus 5, it is a polynomial and it having two terms, so it is called as binomial. Bi means two, okay, two terms, then it is binomial. Now third one, that is trinomial. Now what is trinomial? Now tri means 3, you already know that. If the polynomial having three terms, then it is called as trinomial. For example, x cube plus 2x square plus 5, it is a trinomial because it having a three terms, so it is called as trinomial. And more than three terms are there in a polynomial, then it is also called as polynomial only. Okay, now this is according to the terms in the polynomial. Now the polynomials are also having the types according to their power. That is the first type of polynomial according to the power is linear polynomial. Now what is linear polynomial? Linear polynomial means a polynomial whose degree is 1, means highest power is 1, then it is called as a linear polynomial. For example, x plus 5, it is linear because the highest power of x is 1 here, so it is called as linear polynomial. means if a power is highest power is 1, then it is a linear. Now second is called as quadratic polynomial. Now what is quadratic polynomial? If a polynomial having a degree 2, then it is called as a quadratic polynomial, means highest power of the polynomial is 2. 2 quadra means 2. Okay, so it is quadratic polynomial. For example, x square plus 2x plus 3 is also called as quadratic polynomial. Now third is cubic polynomial. Now what is cubic polynomial? Cube means 3. Okay, when a highest power of a polynomial is 3 or a degree of a polynomial is 3, then that polynomial is called as cubic polynomial. For example, x cube plus 2x square plus x plus 3, it is also called as a cubic polynomial. In this way, the polynomials are having the different types. One is, we already know, monomial, binomial, trinomial, and others are, that is linear polynomial, quadratic polynomial, and cubic polynomial. Okay, according to their terms and their power or their degree. Now after that, what to revise? Now see, in this chapter we already know the operation of the polynomials. Now operations are, either you have to add the polynomials, either you have to subtract the polynomials, either you have to multiply the polynomials, either you have to divide the polynomials. These are the four operations of the polynomials. Now here important thing is that the rules to operate polynomials is as usual the rules apply to the natural numbers, that is addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Okay, means plus 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 minus the sign of greater number. Okay, and minus plus plus the sign of greater number, subtraction and sign of greater number, minus plus minus the sign is minus, and in multiplication also, in the plus into plus is equal to plus, plus into minus is equal to minus, minus into plus is equal to minus, and apply here also. Okay, and one more thing you have to remember here, when we adding the polynomials and subtracting the polynomials, only you have to add the like terms and only subtract the like terms. Okay, in multiplication you can multiply like and unlike terms, but in subtraction and addition only like terms can be subtract and add. Okay, you have to keep in mind that. Now come to the next, how to find out the value of the given polynomial. If any polynomial is given in any variable, then if the value of variable is given, then you can find out the value of that polynomial. For example, when polynomial is given x square plus 2 and the value of x is given 2, then you have to substitute that value in the polynomial and find out the value of that polynomial. For example, we already say that x is equal to 2. When we keep the x is equal to 2 in x square plus 2, then 2 square plus 2 means 4 plus 2 is equal to 6. This is the value of that polynomial. In this way you can find out the value of any polynomial if the value of variable is given there. Okay, it may be minus, it may be plus. Okay, so in this way you can find out the value of that polynomial. Now after that we come to the concept, that is factor theorem. Okay, remainder theorem or factor theorem. See, when a polynomial is divided by other polynomial, one polynomial is divided by other polynomial, if that divisor is a factor of the given polynomial, then remainder is always 0. Understood? If if we divide one polynomial by other, it means one is dividend, other is divisor. If divisor is a factor of dividend, then the remainder of that polynomial is always 0. This is called as factor theorem or remainder theorem. Okay. Now, how to find out the factor theorem we already learned in the exercise, and how to decide whether the given divisor is a factor of given polynomial or not. If the remainder is 0, then that divisor is always the factor of the given polynomial. Okay. Now next, here see, when we find out the value, or when you find out the value of given polynomial by remainder theorem, as well as you can find out the remainder by synthetic division method also. There is two type of divisions are there in polynomial. One is, we already know that one is synthetic division and one is simple division method. Okay. Now in simple division method also we can find out the remainder or quotient, and in synthetic division also you can find out the quotient and remainder. Now one thing is there, you have to keep in mind that when we divide any polynomial by other polynomial, the first polynomial is called as dividend and the second polynomial is called as divisor. And when we divide, you get the answer, that answer is called as quotient, and what we get in a remainder, that is last balance, that is the remainder. And the formula for that is dividend is equal to quotient into divisor plus remainder. This is the main formula. In any polynomial or any division, you can find out this formula. Dividend is equal to quotient into divisor plus remainder. Okay, this is the formula. You have to keep in mind that formula also. Now come to the next. When you going to find out the remainder by a remainder theorem, when we divide a polynomial by other polynomial, then first you have to take that polynomial as p of x. For example, a p of x is equal to x plus 2, and if the given polynomial, you have to find out the value of given polynomial, then the value of x you have to substitute in that polynomial. And when you divide first polynomial by second polynomial, for example, x square plus 4, x square minus 4 is there, and you divide that polynomial by x minus 1, then how to find out the remainder? Then first you take the given polynomial as a p of x, that is x square minus 4, and then you have to find out the value of p of plus 1. If you find out the value of p of plus 1, then and then only you get the remainder. The remainder is there. If it is factor, then remainder is 0, and if it is not a factor, then remainder is something. Okay. So in this way you can find out the given remainder, the remainder of the given polynomial. Okay. Now next, you already learn the different types of divisions, that is synthetic division, simple division, multiplication. One more method is there, that is linear method of division, but in this year the linear method is not there because of that pandemic. The 25% syllabus is reduced, and in this syllabus that linear method is now reduced and it is omitted. Only you have to do that synthetic division and simple division method. Okay. And after that we come to the next exercise, that is factors of the polynomial. Now how to factorize the given polynomial. There are different polynomials are there. You have to factorize that polynomial. If the polynomial is linear, if the polynomial is quadratic, there are different methods to find out the factors of that polynomial. Now in 9th standard we learn that factorize the following polynomial, and the given polynomial is quadratic polynomial, and it is also trinomial. So how to find out the factors of quadratic trinomial. First you have to see the coefficient of x square and the constant number of the polynomial, and you have to multiply these two numbers, you get one answer, and then you have to see the middle term, and you have to split the middle term as a factor of the factor of that value which we get from the coefficient of x square and then constant number. Find the factor of that number such that their addition or subtraction is equal to the middle term, and split the trinomial into 4 terms. And after that you have to take a common between two terms, you get the same bracket there, and again you have to take the common bracket and you get the factors of that polynomial. Okay, in this way you already learn how to find out the factors of a trinomial having the quadratic trinomial. Okay, after some time, see in that factorization some polynomials are there, they are not a quadratic polynomial, but you have to reduce that polynomial into quadratic polynomial, and then you have to find out the value of that polynomial. Okay, the different sums we already solve in the exercise in the problem set also. I already explained all the things clearly to you. You get the idea about the factorization, how to find out, how to get the factorization of given polynomial which are not quadratic, but you have to reduce to quadratic polynomial, and then you have to find out the factors of that polynomial, right? In this way you can find out the different type of factors of a given polynomial. All these things are in this polynomial, and you have to revise perfectly for the semester. Okay, because 3 chapters are there in semester, 1, 2 and 3, and in these 3 chapters the third chapter is very important. It is lengthy chapter and it has a maximum mass, so you have to cover all chapter perfectly, then you get maximum mass. Okay, so you have the time, you prepare the all 3 chapters for semester. We already taken that oral now for algebra, and tomorrow the geometry orals are there, you have to prepare that also. The triangle is there, and whole third chapter triangle for the oral of geometry, you have to prepare that also. And for semester you have to prepare this chapter free completely, okay, with the problem set. And if you have any doubt there, you can ask anytime, I will solve all the doubt to you. Okay, we will stop here now. Thank you.